everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over Lowlight, Helix, Shockwave, and General Hawk from the G.I. Joe Classified series. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. Lowlight has a pretty good head sculpt, very discerning with those eyes and giant eyebrows, and oddly enough, blonde. It's kind of weird. You expect you to have brown hair, or at least blonde eyebrows, but yeah, it just doesn't matter to me. I do like how the lips are kind of huge. The articulation's nice, same as we've seen before. It's a pretty good head sculpt, but the hat should be removable. Hasbro, make it happen. The body looks nice. He has a kind of piece of, I guess, armor or something, whatever this is. Bacon, ribs, I'm not sure. Sausages on his shoulder. He also has little grenades over here. The gray is nice. It's gray throughout. Kind of standard, but with a little more panache to it, I think. Has the same articulation as the other Joes, so let's just keep moving on. He comes with a pair of goggles attached to his head, but they look kind of stupid to me. It's really hard to get them on, and probably even harder to get off. They're a little bit crooked anyways. I had to try like 3 times to get this on, and I'm just done with it. It looks fine. He comes with a knife that's pretty standard, and you could put it in this sheath over here. Honestly, it's nothing we haven't seen before on other Joes. It doesn't want quite fit in that well, and it's really resistant to going in this thing. So yeah, just be careful when putting this in. It might bend on you. He comes with a backpack you can put on. It's pretty nice and works well, similar to other backpacks. It's kind of a snug fit and actually works nicely. A little bit bendy, just be careful with that. He does have a peg on the backpack that this can attach to. It's pretty neat. We haven't seen this before. It's nice, but it just reminds me of all the other weapons with removable magazines. You can place this right over here and put that on there, and it fits kind of snug. It's alright. And this pouch on the side, he has a little cell phone dealio little thing, communicator. I'm not sure what decade this is from, but you just slide it in here and it fits really nice. One of the best things, however, is this case. It looks really nicely done. Has a port on one side and a peg on the other, and you can open it to reveal this really cool gun pieces. It's really nice. You can take them out, attach them together, and have them fire. That's amazing. And there we go, I think. The scope might be the wrong way or something. This can move a little bit. This can twist. This just stays there, but it's a nice piece. It looks really cool, and the case really helps it out. It's just awesome here. My only worry is the constant taking out of this piece will just have it break over time, and that's a shame, but dismantling this isn't really an issue. You can also have Lowlight place this case on the back of him, and it looks nice, but you could also place this back on that, I guess. It looks really clunky, honestly, and kind of weird on the figure now. And all kitted out, Lowlight looks awesome and ready to rock. Helix has a pretty good head sculpt. I do like the hair, though. It has a nice wash, a little bit of shadowing on the top. That's pretty neat. On the back side, a little bit too. Coming around, it's much lighter over here. The face itself looks nice, I guess. I don't like this random strand of hair or plant or whatever this is. It's just alright. The articulation is fine for this, but yeah, there could be slight improvements for this head. The body is a nice kind of mash of gray and yellow. It looks nice. It's kind of weird on the sides, though. There's a communicator over here. A lot of things in her belt. She looks good, but it's basically the movie Scarlet figure, just redone in different colors. The gunmetal gray armor is nice, and that's fine. I like the holsters too. She's all kitted out and ready to go, looking pretty good, at least in this fashion. This is reused from Akiko, and she has 2 blades that can fit in there. They look nice too. I like the style. They're pretty cool. Have yellow and a black blade. Always enjoyed black blades, and they're pretty cool. They have a nice design on them and fit really well within the holster, but the paint's already showing some cracks. Fix that, Hasbro. She comes with 2 small pistols that I swear we've seen before. They have these weird little long pieces on the bottom. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's ammo or something. They also have little holes in the front for accessories, and they're just okay, I guess. There's holsters for them on the sides, and it's a pretty snug fit, and it works out really well. She comes with this knife that's pretty cool. I like how it looks. The blade is really interesting, and the hilt is pretty neat too. You put the hilt in the back of this piece over here, this little holster on her belt, and it fits in quite nicely. Yeah, that works pretty well. I also noticed she has a little bandage on here that's pretty cute, but I do think we're gonna cover it with this piece. It looks infinitely cooler, except when you move it, it does want to kind of come off, so be very careful with that. But this is an excellent piece. It's just awesome. Just be delicate with how you're moving it and how you move the figure, and these blades will work for you. They're just awesome. And now, all kitted out with her weapons and blades, Helix is a force to be reckoned with for Cobra. Stay tuned for more Joes right after this. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. I really wanted to like Shockwave, but upon first inspection, I realized there's a lot of flaws with him that I'm going to go over here. I do like the blue. It looks really nice. The camo is pretty cool pattern too, but his arms are really weak, and his eyes are pointing over to the side. This eye is tampoed completely wrong, and that's just awful. The heads can move pretty okay. It's kind of stiff for mine. The articulation just kind of bad on this guy. Really hard to move at some points, at least for the legs at least, and then all the other parts, you kind of can move them a little bit here, which is fine, I guess, but come on, Hasbro, get a little bit better with your articulation, joints, sculpt, posing, what have you. Yeah, this is kind of a mess, this face. He looks a little better in a hat, but the hat looks really small on him, I think. It's just not really that great. I think it's a reuse of Gung Ho's hat anyways. Shame on you, Hasbro. We've seen these types of weapons before. They have removable magazines. They look different, but they have all the same functions, so yeah, let's just move on. They do fit very nicely into the holster, and they're made for it, so that's pretty cool. I like it. It works nice. He comes with two different knives, and they look pretty cool. One has a little hook on it. The other has a serrated blade, and they're pretty awesome. I like these knives. They're great. The hooked one fits in the boot very nicely, while the serrated one fits up top. He also has a nightstick that comes with two different grips. That's pretty cool. At least you can fit it very easily into his hand, and it fits quite well. It's a bit rubbery, but yeah, when you got it, you got it. And finally, his shield is pretty cool. I like the sort of no cobra signs. They're pretty funny. The ones he beat. I like whatever this is up front. Probably eye holes or something. On the bottom looks nice too. On the back, we have a dreaded clip that we'll see what goes on with that, as well as a handle. I wish you could rotate or flip it, but you can't, so that's a bummer on this. The Cobra ones can. What happened with the Joes? You have to open his hands really wide to get this in, and it works out pretty okay. Moving it over to clip onto the arm at least. A lot of the armor gets in the way, but once that's there, it's gonna stay probably forever. And with Shockwave kitted all out, he looks pretty okay. General Hawk's head sculpt looks fantastic. I love this so much. And I said fantastic because he is a dead ringer for Mr. Fantastic. I would think, at least, if you grade those temples from the Fantastic Four Marvel series. This is just an amazing head sculpt, though. One of the best in the entire line. I love a little bit of gray up here. It's just fantastic. Mwah. I really love how the jacket looks. The articulation isn't really that much on this, but it looks wonderful. I love the shading on it. It's just excellent all the way around. The Yojo patch is great. Abernathy over here. You got a star with wings, another winged thing. All these little patches he has is just so brilliant. I just love how it's done so well. And the shoulder articulation is just amazing on this thing. The legs are probably reused too from something else, but I don't care. The top half of the figure is just too perfect. This is one of the best Joes I think I've seen from this line. Yojo. He comes with a helmet that looks alright. It looks kind of big on him though, almost like a football or rugby helmet in a way, but it fits kind of fine, I guess. The star on top is pretty nice and looks good too though. Like the box art, you can put goggles on top of the helmet, but it looks even kind of goofier to me. Honestly, I'm probably gonna leave him like this. He comes with two pistols that are pretty neat. They're different though than each other, which is better to say than the other figures in this review. The longer one fits over here nicely, while the shorter one fits over here too, and I even put his goggles on here just to not leave them out. I do like this rifle with a strap. It's pretty awesome and looking really good. Has a little hole too for effects and stuff, and you can place it all the way up his arm like so, looking great on his back. And finally, this rifle is pretty neat. I like how it looks, and you can also give it to him in this hand, looking pretty nice over here. It fits really well over there, and yeah, it's a good rifle for him to hold, and he can hold his helmet in the other hand. And all kitted out and looking ready to go, General Hawk is an amazing looking figure. And as far as height comparisons goes, Lowlight stands at about 6.25 inches tall. Helix stands at about 5.5 inches taller, so Shockwave stands at around 6 inches tall, and General Hawk stands at just under 6 inches tall. Looking good. Overall, Yojo. Lowlight is a decent to pretty good figure. I do like how he looks. The gray is a little bit overwhelming for me though. The reds do pop, and I wish there was a bit more of it on the figure. Those goggles don't fit really well. They could have done more with him with the hat and everything and more pieces. I do find they put too much effort into the stuff he has, and I just wish they put more into the character himself. Helix is really great. The head sculpt is fine. The body is really good though. I love how it looks. The color scheme is wonderful on that. Not too much gray, not too much white. A nice balance. I do love the swords as well as those blade accessories. They're amazing. Shockwave is just okay for me. I do like the Riot Shield Army Builder character, but I don't like how you can't switch the shield from arm to arm. There are a lot of inconsistency with the paint on this figure. It looks great on the body, but horrible on the face, which is the most important part on those eyes. He's also a rehash of Beachhead, so I guess if you like that, great, but if not, pass. General Hawk is everything I want from a G.I. Joe figure and more. I love the leather on him. It looks awesome. The head sculpt is perfect and fantastic. The accessories are wonderful, and even though he comes with a helmet and goggles that don't fit him well, he looks great posed with them at least. I do find him to be a nice half and half balance of new and old sculpt, and that's fine with me. He's basically perfect. If you're a fan of G.I. Joe Classified series, you probably already have these, but if not, I'd highly recommend General Hawk and Helix. But make no mistake, whether you're doing old school or new school Classified Joes, there's always a winner. So which Joe here is your favorite? Low Light, Helix, Hawk, or Shockwave? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.